my channel. Um, Today in this lecture, we're going to talk about how to work with the Dockerized database. I will use a MySQL database as example. I will run a Docker image of MySQL server, and I will show you um, how to run a database server in a container and how to connect to it, and hopefully you can do some SQL programming to practice your skill if you are taking some relational database class. For some of you, you might already know relational database, and you may already know what MySQL server is. For those of you who do not know what is MySQL database, uh, I'm going to give you a brief introduction before I start this lecture. And before I start this video, I would like everybody to check out this transcript. Everything that is included in this video, it's everything's recorded already as a document, as a tutorial in my website. This is if you go to my website, kevinlee-webertech.github.io, and you click on blog and courses, and you can navigate to DevOps, and then you click on Docker and go to Labs, and there is a Docker database entry. And once you open that, you will see this document. So I will leave this document open as a reference so that and I'll try on the right hand side in a terminal. So in order to get this Docker to run for Windows and Mac users, you should be able to get a Docker desktop running. And this guy will provide not only a GUI user interface, but also a Docker service, right? That's the background service. Um, with the Docker desktop, you can also use a terminal in Windows. Uh, you can ignore this password. This is really my personal website. Um, so so normally it should just look like this. Um, for Windows user, because you do not have a VM and you do not have a Linux shell, um, if you if you are used to Linux, Mac, or Unix system, then you can use this terminal in Windows, and that will also help you to get Docker run smoothly. Okay, so in my example today, I will use just a normal terminal like this. Um, I'll just use a normal terminal like this. So so I'll close this, minimize this, and okay. Long story short, let's begin today's class. So what is MySQL? MySQL is a powerful open source relational database. Often we call it RDMS, RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. So normally it's not just one single process. It could be a bunch of different computer processes running when you double click and start a service or something. So in simple terms, it's a software that stored, organize, manage large amount of data in a structured way, and allow you to retrieve and manipulate the data efficiently. And part of that, it's SQL. SQL is a structured query language. If you are learning SQL, there are a whole bunch of free resources online, and you can learn those SQL programming languages yourself. And today I will just give you some very simple example of how to use SQL. That's not our focus for today, right? So I have a little bit introduction of MySQL, something like this. Who uses MySQL? What are the alternatives to MySQL? For example, Postgres SQL, Microsoft SQL Server, SQLite, which is a lightweight uh, local database, Oracle, and NoSQL database like MongoDB and Cassandra. I have a lot of other videos talking about database. If you have more time, please go ahead to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then explore around for my other videos. All right, so start getting this Docker MySQL server running. First of all, I'm gonna get this terminal back, minimize my Docker desktop, and I'll come to my website. Let's do Docker pull. Let's go to my website. So you're gonna click on blog, you're gonna click on courses, and you're gonna navigate to DevOps, and let's go to Docker, and for this you can go to labs. Oops, sorry, make it bigger, and you click on Docker desktop. Sorry, no, Docker database, and I'm gonna get this window on the left, and you can see the introduction of MySQL. Now let me get this. Instead of doing MySQL, I would like to do MySQL 8, just to make sure that everything else that is on this document is working with MySQL 8. We have less trouble because I do not have this image, so it's pulling down from the standard location in Docker registry. You can see from library/MySQL. Later on, I will show you where it is, where you can find out this image. Okay, let's take a few seconds to get this. Okay, all right, it's done. It's done, and and let's take a look at it. Next step is to run a Docker image. Let's check the Docker image ls. You can see that I have this entry, which was just downloaded. All right. And the next thing is that I'm gonna get this Docker run. So it's running this Docker container. I will try to explain how that works. But basically, it is trying to give a name to that Docker container. We call it Docker-MySQL, and we're going to run that Docker image. Actually, you can just do this Docker run without that Docker pull, and this command will do two actions once. So if the image is not in your local, it will try to download it. -D is the detach mode. It's more like an ampersand in the end to run this in the background, so it will not hold up your process, your terminal process. So your terminal is free to type, right? Now, the -P is to specify the port. This is the port that is the container Linux is listening on, and this is the port that my hosting operating system is listening on. The -E provided a root password. I set it to hello, which that's way too simple. The reason why we use MySQL tag 8.0 instead of the latest is because with the latest and newer version of MySQL, the security enhancement, you will not be able to set a simple password like this. You have to set it a very complex string, and I just want to avoid all the troubles, and I like something simple. So this, if you run this, it might not work. So this, I doubt it will work. So let's see Docker container, Docker PS. So I doubt it will not work because this is the latest. This is the character set, right? And this is collection server UTF-8. This is to set the character code. So now it's good. We did the Docker container PS. You can also do container ls. You will see this guy is running. If it's not running, then we probably need to see the Docker logs, but we won't check that as of now. What I want to do is that I want to make sure I have a MySQL client like that. Let me see if I can do that. Okay, MySQL command not found. All right. If I do not have a client of MySQL, I can't use that binary to connect. So what we could do is that we have the container ID, right? And I could do docker exec -it this and beam bash. Once I get there, you see that the prompt changed, right? It's not so obvious, but there is a change of this number and this pound sign. So um, what I am going to do is that I'm going to do this, copy this. Let's see which MySQL it does, which does not, is not there. Okay, so let's try that. And this means that it is connected. This is connected, okay. So the problem is that eventually we are running, I think we did a Docker run, and it does run the MySQL latest. And you can check the MySQL version, right? I forgot that, but let's say show databases. Let's just first check used MySQL, show tables. Let's just check everything's okay. Select start from user. This is the user information. It's not, there are a lot of columns, so the text-based terminal is not the ideal platform to actually view this. You probably need a dbeaver or some other MySQL bench to view it better in the front end. So right now, I do not have. See, this is the latest. This is the MySQL 9. If your clients of MySQL, for instance, in Linux or Mac, is MySQL 8, and this is MySQL 9, and you set a password like as simple as this hello, you might have some connection issues. So if you encounter that issue, please drop a line under my video or write to me in private, and I'll try to help you. But the rule of thumb is that make sure that your client MySQL and MySQLD, which is the server daemon, the version actually matched. So either it's 8.0 something or 8.0. So your client server both are 8.0 or your their version 9. If you can still connect using client 8 to server 9, version 9, then you have to set a password here that is complex enough. All right. So normally, a simple password like this will not work. So, but right now, we proved that this is okay, right? This is okay. Okay, so for today's video, I'm gonna stop here, and if you have any questions, please drop a line, and I remember I have everything of the transcript in this website, in this page, Docker database. In the next video, I will show you how to deploy a Java-based Spring Boot application with Docker. So thank you for coming to my video, and I'll see you in my next video.